internet. This is This Weekend, where we give a retrospective view of this week and the past decades. I'm your host, Coolwater Kirk.
I'm Reddy.
And I'm Big Tom.
All right, fellas, what happened this week in the first week of September, all the way back in that sweet, sweet year of 1973?
How do you know it was sweet?
Rayonitis.
It was sweet.
You weren't there.
It was so sweet that George Foreman knocks out Jose Roman in the first round to retain the heavyweight title in Japan. And also Muhammad Ali defeats Ken Norton, leading up to the super fight in the Rumble in the Jungle. Hey.
Boobale, Ale, Boobale.
Muhammad Ali put a clinic on that.
Yeah. I mean, that was good. I mean,
The Thriller in Manila.
George Foreman at that fight looked like he was unstoppable, man, because he was like, he took out Joe Frazier. He was taking out everybody. It was like Ali coming back. Ali was old. He was on rope. Man, got it.
And then George Foreman said, I'm going to make some grills.
Yeah, he did. And he had had 5 kids named them all George.
Yeah.
Also,
a good grill, though.
It was. New York Times reports almost all superfecta harness racing run at Yonkers, Roosevelt, and Monticello from January to March of 1973 were fixed.
Ooh,
I want to say the mob had something to do with this.
No.
I don't have any paperwork to back that up. But yeah, man. I mean, the horse races, man, they was fixed. They was juicing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they was giving some of them hormones and they was giving it to the athletes.
Shoot the horse and
You know what a superfecta is?
The superfecta?
Yeah.
The horse race?
Yeah.
No. Why don't you enlighten us?
Superfecta means that the 4 horses that you picked won in the exact order that you picked them.
Wow.
So the fact that there was even superfectas at Yonkers, Roosevelt, and Monticello,
Oh, that's why it was like, hey,
the odds of that happening are pretty high.
So people got paid.
Yeah.
Big time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you say the win, place, and show?
And whatever the 4th one is.
What is the 4th one? I've only known the trifecta. So the most whoever came in 4th place. Makes sense.
Sheesh. That's the superfecta. Billy Martin was fired as manager of Detroit Tigers. He then gets hired for the Rangers.
I believe he was also the manager for the A's and
And
the Yankees.
yeah, Billy Martin he's a firecracker.
The
As
beast.
a manager.
He kept getting fired.
Yeah, he kept getting.
Because he was cantankerous. Is that a good? Is that the perfect way
I'm
to
gonna
explain?
kick dirt on your shoes.
Yeah, and
That's him.
He didn't care. He was.
I don't know. I never met the guy.
I met him.
You met him?
I met him in New York. 78.
Nice guy.
78. No. All right. Top 5 songs this week in September of 1973. Number 5, "Live and Let Die" by Wings. I love this song.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, I don't know if that was the one that was in
Terminator?
no, not Terminator. Wasn't it like
Guns N' Roses did the remake.
007 movie, right? Live and Let Die.
Mm-hmm.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun,
That's the remake.
dun-dun-dun. That was a remake?
That one's by Guns N' Roses.
No, but it's still the same.
Yeah.
Same rhythm, but Guns N' Roses sounded harder.
I thought Guns N' Roses did. Oh no, that was,
It was
Bon Jovi that did "Wanted Dead or Alive."
It was like rock and roll with a little reggae sound to it too, because they go fast and go slow.
But
Paul
yeah,
McCartney's a
Wings,
genius,
yeah,
that's
Paul
why.
McCartney. "Live and Let Die."
Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Big Tom, number 4.
Number 4, Diana Ross, "Touch Me in the Morning."
And
And
touch me in the evening?
night.
Mm-hmm.
Can she get touched in the evening as well? Though?
Mm-hmm.
Or just in the morning?
In the morning.
Oh shoot! I guess we'll take it in the morning then.
I love her daughter. She's hilarious.
Yeah, usually the girls aren't there in the morning for me to touch them.
Oh jeez.
And Big Ray, number 3.
Number 3, we have Delta Dawn by Helen, Reddy with the 1-2 checker. I think it's I don't remember the song too much,
I don't remember.
but I think it's like one of them fast-paced disco songs.
I do.
wanna say?
Well, I don't remember this, but definitely number 2. Let's Get It On. And if I do the math, when that song was out, September, October of 73, I'm pretty sure our parents were listening to this song because that was the baby making song, and we
Then
definitely
and now.
yeah. Because if that song was, if that's what they was listening to the radio in the summer of '73, that definitely explains how I got here.
Thank you, Marvin.
Thank you, Marvin.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate
the
that.
best.
And Big Tom, number one.
Number one, Brother Lewis by Stories. Or maybe it's Stories by Brother Lewis.
No, Stories is the group.
Stories is the group?
Yeah.
You sure it's not the other way around?
Yes.
Yeah, and thank you for doing your research on this before it's time for you to come up.
73, I wasn't there. How would I know?
Oh, well, because I sent you the copy and you don't just go, oh, yeah, I got it. God damn.
I don't read that shit.
I'm sorry.
Research, rehearsal.
I was almost about to
What are
say
you talking
what
about?
I was thinking in my head.
Hey, what movies were released in the summer of 73?
Well, movies released this week: The High Plains Drifter, starring Clint Eastwood, Verna Bloom, and Mariana Hill. Box office on this, $15.7 million. And this was during the time of Clint Eastwood's run in those, well, actually, this one wasn't one of those spaghetti westerns, but it was definitely, it was still him still doing the whole.
No cowboy look.
Yeah.
He did a lot of those.
Yeah.
That was kind of
Do
his.
you like the cowboy look
His
better
niche.
or the cop? You know, like.
Oh, Dirty Harry?
Yeah.
I
like Cowboy.
kind of like when he plays the old grizzled white guy. That's all.
Like in Unforgiven?
Yeah, I like it. When he does that, that's when he does his best work.
Gran Torino.
Did you see
that's the funniest one right
Did you
there.
see the mule?
No.
2 thumbs down.
Oh no. Yikes.
Reg.
Oh man. Also, Enter the Dragon.
Whew.
I don't think I need to say any more. But there was obviously there's John Saxon, Anna Capri, Bob Wall, Sheehan, and Jim Kelly.
He took time off of playing with the Buffalo Bills.
I don't need to say Bruce Lee, obviously, is the legend. Made $90 million.
How come Bolo Young's not up there?
Because he got his ass whooped.
He had no speaking parts.
Man.
But I'm gonna tell you this.
You know why?
You know what's
He
crazy?
came straight out of a comic book, that's why.
I'm gonna tell you this. Correct me. I mean, I honestly felt like I saw this in the theaters.
You did?
And I gotta feel like, I wonder if they did a re-release in like the early 80s at the theater. Because otherwise, I know I saw the movie, but
I saw it on VHS.
it had to be VHS.
I saw it on Laserdisc.
Maybe it was on like, you remember how they used to do those Kung Fu movies on Saturdays?
Yeah.
Like after,
Yeah.
it was like Kung Fu Matinee, and it'd be on like channel like 58 or 44 or something like that.
You know why they were doing
cartoons.
Kung Fu matinees?
Mm-mm.
Because Enter the Dragon.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Set the
people-
stage.
But I
Bruce
remember,
Lee,
I really
legend.
do. I remember seeing it on the big screen for some reason. I remember that, but there's no way.
There's no
Maybe
I wasn't
they
even
did.
born. I wasn't even born yet.
Maybe they
Actually,
Actually,
did.
that 19-inch television you were watching on was the big screen.
Yeah, because I think they released this movie in like April in China first, and then they released it.
That movie was dope.
That's
Still
great.
holds up.
Something like that. I mean, it's
Ohara.
every fighting video game is based on.
Right.
And still in theaters. Big Top.
American Graffiti, starring Richard Dreyfuss, Ron Howard, Paul LeMat, Charles Martin Smith, and a whole bunch of other people that's up there.
Don't forget Mackenzie Fellows, Cindy Williams, and Wolfman Jack. This movie.
A lot of people.
This movie was
people.
almost like, for me, it was like, I felt like it was the big screen version of Happy Days.
Yeah, true.
And not to mention, there was a great cameo by Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
You know, this was the movie that got his attention from George Lucas. Is the reason why George Lucas was inspired to not only make the Han Solo character, but to cast Harrison Ford as Han
So
Solo.
Ron Howard was in Happy Days. That's why it made you think that way.
Well,
And
and
plus the
also
poster looked like him,
Cindy,
too.
and Cindy Williams.
Right.
I mean, she
But
was
the poster,
she was
too.
Shirley from Laverne and Shirley. So, and it was like a whole thing. It was that whole 50s vibe and stuff like that. And yeah.
Because I always like looking at that poster when I go to Mel's Diner.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mel's Diner. Can we get a free dinner? Lunch, all of us? No?
Discount.
And not to
Please.
mention the box office on this one was 140 million.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, George Lucas, he had this one, then he knocked him out the park with Star Wars,
Yeah, you probably heard of that.
and then things got a little cattywampus.
Yeah. Then you read Red Tails.
I like Red
Never
Tails.
saw any of those.
Nostalgia is addictive, and we're here to deliver a fatty-sized dose of it.
Please like, share, and we'd like to hear what you think.
Leave us a comment down below and let your opinion be heard.
And this was what it was. You didn't see Red Tails?
I remember I was like, oh, this is your nigga's first
Or
one.
maybe I'll be-
Adonis, pull yourself together.